Hello, hello, good morning.
Good morning,
Good
teacher.
morning,
Good
teacher.
morning. How are you?
Hola.
How are you? How are you guys?
Very good.
Very good.
Yeah,
Okay.
everything okay.
All right. 1 second, please.
Okay.
Okay, let me see. Let me turn on my camera. Okay. Very good. So tell me, how was the weekend? How was the weekend?
It's very good.
It was good? It was in the
Yeah,
past.
because my youngest son got married.
Oh, really?
Yes, civil in Saturday.
That's nice. That's nice. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
All right. That's really good. Okay. I'm happy to hear that. And the rest of you guys, how
um,
was the weekend?
tired and I'm bad because my 3 kids are sick.
They're sick. Oh no.
Yes.
What do they have?
Flu?
The
The
flu.
flu? Yes, cough and running nose, fever,
Mm-hmm.
headache.
I see. Okay. Well, I hope they get well soon.
Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. Well, it's so good to see you again, my friends. Welcome one more time.
Good morning, teacher. Good morning,
Good
everyone.
morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm fine. Thank you for asking, teacher. And you?
Okay. I'm
What
doing
about
really
you?
good. I'm doing really
Okay.
good as well. Thank you. Yes. All right. All right. That's good. That's good. Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining the class. As I was saying, right, for me, it is a pleasure to be with you here one more week, one more day. We're going to start. Just give me one moment because I was just using my computer. It was working fine, and now it's just a little slow. All right. Let me see. Let me see. Now, before we begin with our class, I do have 2 announcements to tell you, 2 very important things that I want to let you know. Okay. So one moment here. Okay, just give me 1 second.
Good morning,
Okay.
teacher.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine.
Okay.
Thank you.
Very good. Okay, so as I was telling you, right, I have 2 announcements to make. So the first announcement is that as I had told you before, si ustedes se acuerdan, I told you before that we were going to finish this course on the 14th, right? However, it was brought to my attention that there was a day in which you guys didn't have a class, and that was on October the what? Give me a second. It was on October the 17th. For some reason, you guys didn't have a class. I'm not sure what happened that day, but that means that we still need to recover that day, okay? So because of that, we actually will be finishing on the 15th, all right? Meaning next Wednesday, okay? Because before I understand that you guys had suspended that day of classes. So we're going to recover it now towards the end, okay?
Okay.
So just letting you know, we're not gonna finish on the 14th. We're gonna finish on the 15th, which is a good, thing because we have one more day for practicing. In case you haven't finished your platform, you have one more day to finish it, okay? So that's good. It's a benefit for us. So remember to finish your platform. Remember to take your tests, okay, in case you haven't. And the second announcement that I wanted to make is that, as you might remember, last Friday, we finished early, right? We finished like 20 minutes before the end of the class. So we're gonna be recovering that time. I was thinking to make it feel like not that much. Let's do 10 minutes today and 10 minutes tomorrow, right? So we can recover that. Now, so we're gonna be finishing at 11:40 instead of 11:30. However, if anyone cannot stay because, you say, teacher, I have something else to do, I have to go, I have to study, I have to work, whatever, then I totally understand and, no problem. But if you can stay those 10 minutes extra at the end, it will be much appreciated so we can continue practicing, okay? Good. So those were the two things that I wanted to mention. Now, question. Have you guys been practicing during the weekend? No, Jancy? Oh my God. Okay, and the
Yeah.
others?
Yeah, Sunday
Weekend.
in platform.
In the platform, okay. And the others? Have you been practicing?
Not much. I was a little
No.
busy in other subjects.
Okay. All right. So remember to always practice, right? As much as you can. Because that is important. That is what's really gonna make a difference in your learning process, right? Did you have the opportunity to check the video that I sent to you on Friday, by the way, about the false cognates? Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's a very interesting topic, as I was telling you. As I was telling you on Friday, guys, mute your microphones. For some reason, I cannot mute you. And let me see. Well, with that being said, we're gonna start with our class. So as you might remember, last Friday, we talked about a new topic, right? What was that new topic that we discussed on Friday?
The modal verbs.
Yep, correct. We're talking about the modal verbs, okay? Before we begin, let's see if we can make a little review. You guys will help me. First of all, what would you say that is a definition for modal verbs? How would you define modal verbs? What are modal verbs? Anyone?
The auxiliar is the verb auxiliar.
An auxiliary verb?
Yes.
I mean, they are auxiliary verbs, but not all the auxiliary verbs are modal verbs, right? Like for example, in simple present, we have the auxiliary do, but do is not a modal verb, right? In simple past, we have did as an auxiliary, but did is not a modal verb. So yeah, modal verbs are auxiliary verbs, but not all auxiliary verbs are modal verbs. Does that make sense? I
Yeah.
think we have to be more specific with that definition. That definition is not too specific. Somebody else?
We use to express a very specific mode or intention.
Okay, we use these words to express a very specific mood or intention. So when I talk about moods and intentions, what are some of these moods and intentions that we can express, for example?
Ability,
Ability, permission,
suggestion,
suggestion. What is it, Kenya? Obligation.
recommendation.
Recommendation. Okay, yeah, advice, correct. Those are exactly the things that that I mean when I say a specific moods or specific intentions. Like, for example, what are the modal verbs that we use to express, let's say, a recommendation?
Should,
Show.
Should, right?
Should.
For recommendation, we use should. Okay. So if you want to tell somebody, you know, you want to give them your opinion and you're going to say, okay, I think this is a good idea, then you can use should, right? What are some modal verbs that you use to express, for example, ability?
Can, could.
Can and could. And what is the difference between can and could?
Can is in present and could is in past.
Correct. Can is for abilities in the present and could is for abilities in the past. You are right. What are modal verbs that we can use to express obligation?
Must,
to.
have to.
Must and have to.
Must and have to. But what happened with have to, we said?
It's really not a model.
Why? Or how can we see that it's not a modal verb?
You explained that have to is like an auxiliary, but it's not in, really a model. But in English, normally use have to express obligation. It's like informal way, something like that.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, something to take into consideration is that we can use have to, and it works like a modal verb, but at the same time, we have to be a little careful because it's not really a modal verb in the sense that it doesn't really follow the same grammar structures that modal verbs follow, right? Because with a modal verb, we know that it's just the subject, the modal verb, the verb in the base form, and the complement. But with have to, we're going to be a little careful because we have to make changes, right? For example, if I want to say, I have to do my homework, okay, super good. You say this is easy, this is clear, no difference. But what if I change I for she in that sentence? What do I...
She has to.
She has to do her homework, okay? And that change from have to has is something that never happens with the other modal verbs, all right? With the other modal verbs, if I say I must, y lo cambio por she, I'm gonna say she must. I'm not gonna say she musts, right? That's not possible. So that's how you can see that have to, yeah, it works like a modal verb, but we have to be a little careful because it's not really a modal verb, you know, in the sense of following the same grammar structures, right? But okay, good. So todo eso era basically what we discussed on Friday, okay? So hasta el momento, we're good, nothing new, and I'm happy that you guys remember that. Now, Out of all of this que acabamos de repasar, que lo vimos ya on Friday, do you have any questions?
Pues,
No questions?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? Okay.
teacher,
Yes.
I have a question. When
Yes,
you
Elena.
have shared the link to YouTube when the class last week,
The
the,
I'm sorry.
the because I listening in Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I listen in the class, and I need the link of YouTube.
Okay, I understand. Well, the link for the YouTube classes is on the description of the WhatsApp group, okay? And I believe it's updated up until Thursday. So the class from Friday, I'm gonna be uploading it today, all right? Because I always upload it the following day because it takes some time to convert the file and everything. So Monday classes, I'll post them on Tuesday on Wednesday, and so on. And so Friday classes, I'll post them on Monday, okay? So you can follow the link over there, and in sometime today, you know, around, I would say a few minutes after this class finishes, you will be able to see the video from Friday, okay?
Okay, thank you, teacher.
All right, yeah, don't forget, it's on the description of the WhatsApp group. Okay. So with that in mind, let's continue practicing about the modal verbs. For the first practice today, I have a conversation that we're going to practice. And we're gonna use some modal verbs, and I think we're gonna find some vocabulary. So let me share my screen. Okay, and we have this conversation. What is the title of the conversation, guys?
The deadline.
The deadline. Question. Do you know what is the meaning of the word deadline?
La fecha límite.
Can you explain in English, maybe?
The deadline is the last day or hour to accomplish a task.
Okay, for us to send a task. Correct. That is the meaning of the word deadline. Is the last day, like Gerardo said, the last day that you have to send, for example, a homework to complete an activity, that is the deadline. For example, if I say, okay, guys, this homework is for next Wednesday. So that is the deadline, okay? That's the meaning of this word, the deadline, okay? So we have a conversation related to that between two people. We have Maggie and we have Tom. So we are going to read, and in this conversation, we will find some modal verbs. I want you to pay attention specifically to the modal verbs and how they are being used. So for the first part, I will read the conversation, the two parts, so that you can listen and identify new or complicated words to pronounce. Then we're going to practice, and then you will read for everybody, okay? So here we go. We have Maggie and Tom. It says, hi, Tom. Have you finished your homework? Oh, hi, Maggie. No, I'm sorry. No, I haven't. The deadline is tomorrow, you know. So you have to submit it tomorrow. I can't make it. I haven't even started it yet. Can we hand it in next week? I don't know. You'll have to ask Mrs. Robinson about that. I think you must finish it by tomorrow. She probably won't accept projects after tomorrow. I've had so many other things to do. I couldn't even start it. I don't know what to do. Don't worry, I'll help you. It's not very difficult. I finished it in one day. Really? Great. First, you should read the article that Mrs. Robinson gave us. It's about the Mohican civilization. Then, you have to design a poster for a play about them, the Mohicans, for the theater. Yeah, I know, but it looks a bit difficult. Not at all. You don't have to make the poster from scratch, and it doesn't have to be a work of art. There are lots of templates on the internet. You can just use one of those designs to make your own poster. Well, I think I can do it. What title shall I use? Can you help me? Yeah, I can give you some suggestions, but you mustn't use the same title as anyone else in our class. You have to create your own title. Okay, I can come up with something, I guess. All right. Yeah, I've got to go now and make a start on it. I'll follow the project guidelines as you said. Thanks, Maggie. No problem. Good luck. Okay, that's the conversation. Now, question. Did you find any new vocabulary, new words, or complicated words to pronounce? Mm-hmm. No. No questions?
What is the correct pronunciation for the theater? Theater.
The correct pronunciation is theater.
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 Okay,
The
thanks.
theater. All right, you're welcome. The theater. All right. Any other question?
And the last one, the magic, there are lots of templates on internet.
Templates.
Templates.
Repeat, templates.
Templates.
Do you know what templates are, guys?
Like a model.
Like a model. Like for example, a template is a model, like our classmate said, that you can use to create something of your own. For example, imagine that you're going to create, let's say, some PowerPoint presentation, but you want it to look pretty, you want it to look, creative. So you can use a template where you only, you have all the design and everything, and you simply change, with your information. But the template is there, like the model of, the presentation for it to look pretty, for example. Yeah. It's like a
template. It's like in Spanish, it's una plantilla.
I guess. Yeah, I guess that could be a translation.
It's in Spanish, plantilla.
Okay, I guess that could be a translation. Yeah. All right. Remember, if we don't need to translate, let's not translate. It's always better to avoid translations if you can. All right. If you can understand without a translation, that's 100 times better. because what we want is to be independent from Spanish, right? We don't want to depend on Spanish all the time. But that's exactly what it is. Correct. Okay. Any other new word?
I think it's guidelines.
Okay, yeah. Guidelines. Guidelines. So the guidelines are basically the rules, right? The instructions that are given for the project, right?
Thank you.
Okay.
Sure.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we have a new model in this history.
Yeah.
What is the difference? Yeah, what is the difference between will and shall? I know
Yes.
that we use shall to the future, but I don't know clearly the difference between these two models.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that in just a second, because we're gonna go and identify the model verbs that we have here. But before we go with that, I just want to make sure, are there any other word besides the model verbs, any other words that are new for you guys? And then we can start talking about the model verbs.
Teacher.
Mm-hmm.
For example, say I can come up with something. Es como traer o llevar. ¿Cómo es?
No, no. The
Como
verb.
come up with.
Mm-hmm. The verb come up with, correct. This is the verb come up
It's a
with.
phrasal verb.
It's a phrasal verb, correct. What do you think, guys, in English? What do you think that might be the meaning of come up with in English?
Ir a
In
la par de.
English, guys, in English. What do
In
you think
English,
is come up
I
with?
Go
think
together.
it's like invent.
Together with someone.
With is
Okay,
together with somebody more.
okay. Remember a little parenthesis. Remember that, just like you said, this is called a phrasal verb, okay? Phrasal verbs, all right? Phrasal verbs, my friends, are verbs that are formed by more than one word. Some of them are very basic and we know them, like wake up, stand up, sit down, right? Some others are a little bit more complex, like for example, come up with. Now, something that you have to remember, because this is important, is that the phrasal verbs can be either literal, like for example, when we say stand up, like I'm literally saying stand up, that's very literal. But in some cases, they can be not literal at all, right? And not obvious at all. And one that is not literal and not obvious is come up with, all right? So, even though ahí ven la palabra come, ven la palabra up y ven la palabra with, the meaning realmente no tiene nada que ver con ninguna de estas tres palabras, right? No tiene nada que ver ni con come, ni con up, ni con with, right? Porque algunos de esos phrasal verbs, simple y sencillamente, they're not very literal. Ese es uno de esos examples. And Gerardo actually has the answer. Can you repeat what you said, Gerardo? What is the meaning of come up with?
Well, I use the context to make
to understand it.
To understand it. I think it's like invent something.
And that is 100% correct. Okay. The word to come up with, it means to, as Gerardo said, to invent, to create something, to create an idea, right? Like for example, right? In this case, Tom has to create a title for his homework, right? It's part of the homework. You have to create a title. So Maggie says you have to be creative. It has to be unique and you cannot repeat what anyone else has done. And he says, okay, I can come up with something. So I can invent something, I guess. That's what he
Improve,
means.
like improvisar, like that.
Oh, no, wait, careful.
No.
Improve,
Okay.
improve,
like
and improvisar. Wait, relax, listen. Improve and improvisar, that's a false cognate. All right? That's a false cognate. Improve is not improvisar. What is improve in Spanish?
Mejorar.
Mejorar.
Mejorar, sí.
Mejorar. And how do you say improvisar in English?
Like by ear.
I'm sorry?
Play by ear.
Led by ear. Okay.
Yes.
But, okay, but there is one word. And it's very obvious. I mean, improvisar. I mean, it's pretty obvious. Like, se parece mucho in English. No idea?
No.
It's improvise.
Improvise.
Okay. Improvise, to improvise. Son bastante similares. So, bastante curioso porque improvise and improvisar son un true cognate, right? Porque sí se parecen. Pero a la vez improve and improvisar también se parecen, but this is a false cognate. Okay, so you have to be careful. But yes, Dora, to come up with something, yeah, it could be similar to improvise something. Okay. Wait, let me just check if it's improvise with an S or with a Z. Now I'm not sure. Yeah, with an S, like this, improvise.
Improvise. Okay. Improvise.
Okay. You see, with just one reading, with just one text, we get a lot of vocabulary. All right. Bueno, antes de terminar con eso, los phrasal verbs, this is a complete, different topic del que podríamos dedicarle una sola clase a hablar de eso. But phrasal verbs are, very interesting. You have to be a little careful with them. Sometimes they are very literal, but sometimes they're not, okay? For example, do you know what this means? The verb blow. What is blow? Only the word blow. Do you know what it is?
Yes.
Can you explain what it is?
In English?
Yeah. Or can you give me an example of what it is?
For example, when you blow your nose.
When you blow your
have
nose.
a runny nose.
Yeah, it could be it. So the meaning of the word blow is to expel air from your body. Like when you do, that is blowing, right? For example, when you want to inflate a balloon, you blow, right? Or if you're playing with bubbles and you want to make bubbles, you have to blow. Like that. That is blow. All right? Ese es el significado literal de la palabra blow. The translation would be soplar, right? That's what it is. Now, do you know what is the meaning of the phrasal verb blow up?
Blow up is explode something.
Yes. To blow up means to explode. An explosion, like a bomb, for example, right? And so, ¿qué tiene que ver blow up con blow? Realmente nada, right? So that's why we have to be very careful when it comes to phrasal verbs, right? And their meaning. So yeah, there you go. Now, but that's another topic, como te decía, right? Now moving on, right? Moving on, let's see, let's identify the modal verbs in this conversation. Algunos de ellos ya los estudiamos, pero incluso hay aquí en esta conversation new modal verbs que no hemos visto antes. So let's see, what modal verbs can you identify?
can, couldn't,
I can't.
shall,
Not all verbs.
Ok, ahí creo que se ve casi todo. So let me see. Me dijeron what?
can, couldn't, shall,
Can, what is can? I want to,
Must.
okay, can is here. Okay. What else?
couldn't,
Couldn't. Uh-huh, what else?
shall,
What?
Should.
Must, where is it? Help me find it.
Must.
You must finish it.
Think you must finish.
Okay. What else did you say?
shall,
Should.
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 What is should first?
Uh,
You should read. Okay. Another one.
have to. You have to.
You
Have
have
to.
to. Actually, ese fue el primero y no,
No, en
no lo
Maggie,
dijimos.
should. To también. Again.
Yeah. Okay. Have to, can, must, could, should. What else?
Have to design a poster. I have to.
You can just
Yeah, I mean, not the repeated ones. Give me new ones.
Okay.
Okay.
Mustn't and negative. Mustn't.
Mustn't. Yeah, but it's the same. I want new monoverbs. What other monoverbs?
Okay.
shall,
Shall. This is a new one that we didn't practice the other day. Shall. What else? Mm-hmm. That's it. No more. There is one modal verb. There is one modal verb that you didn't identify. One.
teacher.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but I don't know if I am wrong, but I haven't, but this is not a model because this is a auxiliary.
Correct. That's not a modal verb. That's an auxiliary verb for the present perfect.
Yes.
In that case, it's not a modal verb. And we can see that the verb, the next verb, it's in past participle, right? So
Yes.
it's not a modal verb. But there is one that you guys didn't identify. Y posiblemente I can understand que no lo estén. Yo sé que ya lo vieron, yo sé que lo conocen, yo sé que saben, but muy posiblemente no lo estén tomando en cuenta como un modal verb, pero sí es un modal verb.
Will.
Exactly, that's the one. And it's over here. It is contracted here.
Yes.
¿Hay algún otro will por aquí?
Yes, one accept projects after tomorrow.
I want the negative form. Okay, yes, here. This one también as well. So, will, right? Que yo sé que todos estamos familiarizados con esa palabra. De hecho, también es un modal verb, right? Lo usamos to express future actions, okay? También como parte de las probabilities, podríamos poner como will, bien arriba, bien cerquita del 100%. Will. Okay, so vamos a ver. We have to, la vimos on Friday. Have to era para, ¿qué?
Obligation.
Obligations, right? So you have to submit it tomorrow. Like, it's not an option. You have to submit it tomorrow, all right? Can, in this case, can we hand it in next week? What do you think Tom is asking for?
Possibility.
Possibility, yeah. But it sounds more like authorization, right? Like permission, maybe. Do you think we can hand it in next week? Like, do we have permission to do it next week? Can. You must finish it. What is this?
Obligation.
An obligation, a rule, right? She probably won't accept projects. So, todos sabemos cómo utilizar will is for future actions, for future activities, right? I couldn't start it. Couldn't even start it. Couldn't is for?
Ability in past.
For the past.
Abilities in past. All right. So in this case, Tom is saying, I wasn't able to start it, right? Like I didn't have the ability to start it. Okay, should, decíamos que era for what?
Recommendation, suggestion.
Recommendation, suggestion. And the last one is shall. All right.
Sure.
What do you think is shall?
It's like a shoe. No.
It's like will,
Sure.
but
It's like will?
I know that it's for a specific clause in time, but I really don't know the specific use.
It's not
Okay.
like a shoe, it's more formal.
Okay. So is it like should or is it like will? The answer is both. Okay. Shall has characteristics of should and also characteristics of will. Okay. Let me explain. Shall most of the time. Vamos a ver, vamos a hacer un espacio aquí para poder tomar nota. So the modal verb shall. Okay, the number one thing that I would like to clarify, because, you know, I think it's important to have the right expectations, is that this is not a word that people use all the time. Because, you know, it might look a little, or it might sound a little old-fashioned or a little too formal, right? So in regular, everyday conversations, people don't use it that much. I believe that I personally myself in what, I don't know how many years, 13 years that I have speaking English, I probably have used this word a couple of times, right, in my everyday conversations. But
Teacher,
it's not something super, super common. Yes, Luis.
I look for this word and commonly in the Bible you can see it.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, because it's very, as I said, it's very old-fashioned, right? Sometimes. So it's like very old English, very formal English, for example. All right. Actually, I have some information that I'm gonna share with you in a moment. Okay. Now, another thing that you have to remember is that most of the time, not always, but most of the time, we use it with I and we. That means the first person, all right? La primera persona del singular y plural. I and we. La mayoría del tiempo lo vamos a usar solo con esos pronouns. De hecho, acá está usado con I, all right? And we use it for what? Either to make an offer, right? Make offers, all right? Suggestions, right? Ask for advice, all right? En este caso no estamos dando advice, sino pidiendo advice, que de hecho es este caso. What title shall I use? Okay, so what do I think I should use as a title, right? And for future, how can we? Future intentions, for example, podría decir. Future intentions. Okay. So, vamos a ver si podemos hacer algunos examples. So, to make offers, for example, right? To make offers. If I say, hey, shall I help you? Shall I help you with that? Right? So I am offering my help, for example, right? To someone. Again, siempre usado con I or we, right? For suggestions, right? Shall I, what? Shall I, let me see. Shall I save some money for this? I don't know, whatever, right? Like basically you're asking another person, do you think this is a good idea, right? Let me see, to ask for advice, right? It will be basically the same. I have some examples over here. Let me see the example that I have. I'm gonna share this with you in a moment. Okay, it says here for suggestions. It says, shall I get a pizza for dinner? Right. And then for future intentions, right? I would say something like, oh, I shall, what? I shall study for this tomorrow. Right. For example. So as you can
Teacher, I
see,
have
it's
a question.
okay. Before we go with your question, as you can see, it's kind of a mixture between should and will. Like it has characteristics of both should and will. And most of the times for this ones, you can use either should or will, right? To make it easier. Yes, Gerardo.
Well, in the movie Lord of the Rings, in the community of the ring, there is a part with when Gandalf said to the Balrog in the bridge, he said, "You shall not pass."
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
And that's what. O sea, en qué o cómo lo está ocupando él en ese momento?
Okay. In that case, as I told you, right? Like most of the time we use it with I and we, but we can also use it, for example, with you, right? With you when you're telling someone, for example, that they will be able to do something or to get what they want or not. So you're telling them you will get this or you will not get this in positive or negative. It can be positive or negative, right? So for example, if you are going to tell someone, okay, you know what, let's make it positive, right? And somebody's going to a job interview, for example. And so you have the belief that they will get the job, then you can tell them, oh, you shall get that job, right? So you're basically telling them you are capable of doing this, right? And in that case, he's doing exactly that, but in the negative form. So he's telling, them, you shall not pass, so you will not be able to pass because he will stop them, right? So it's like the opposite. So again, in that case, again, it can also be substituted by will. Like you will not pass. So you shall not pass. So you will not be able to do it, basically. Right? That's what it means.
Okay, thank you.
So yeah, it can be a little confusing because, it's like, okay, but in all of those, que de hecho, ahí en esa picture que yo les mandé, creo que abajo tiene una nota que dice, in all the examples above, shall can be replaced by another modal verb, right? Como por ejemplo, should, can or could, and will, right? And eso pasa, ¿por qué? Porque como te repito, it's a very old-fashioned word, right? Y precisamente eso es lo que sucede, que con las palabras que son más viejas, por lo general, ya hay palabras más nuevas que son como tal vez un poquito más específicas, un poquito más fáciles de comprender, right? That we can use. But again, eso no significa que no deberíamos practicarlas, porque en algún momento, pues posiblemente las leamos por ahí, right? O las tengamos que usar, ¿ok? But again, como te digo, teniendo como quizás la perspectiva clara o las expectativas, pues como deben de ser, honestly, personally, myself, casi nunca he utilizado la palabra shall for my everyday conversations. Y no ha sido algo que me haya causado problemas, right? So yes, that's what it is. Ok. Entonces ahí está. Acuérdense, como les dije la otra vez, ¿verdad? Esos no son todos los modal verbs. Hay otros. But in this case, ya vimos casi la gran mayoría. Creo que eso nos falta, tal vez would, no lo hemos practicado, ya lo vamos a ver. Y no sé, no se me ocurre algún otro. Ya vamos a ver más ejemplos. But okay, enough of that. Ought to, that's another one.
Had better.
Had better, yeah. Okay, let me see. Any other question about this conversation? Because I would like to hear you practicing this conversation. I would like to hear you reading. No questions? All right, I'm going to erase these notes right now. And now I want to hear you reading. So, can I get 2 volunteers? One person will be Maggie, the other person will be Tom.
Me, teacher.
Okay, so who said me?
Marlene.
Okay, Marlene, you can be Maggie, and who's gonna be Tom? Gerardo. Okay, let's do it.
Hi, Tom. Have excuse. I'm sorry. Hi, Tom.
That's good.
Have you finished your homework?
Oh, hi, Maggie. No, I haven't.
The daylight is tomorrow. You know, so you have to submit. I'm sorry, teacher. Submit it tomorrow.
I can make it. I haven't even started yet. Can we hand it? Can we hand it? Can we hand it in next week?
I don't know. You have to ask Miss Robinson about that. I think you must finish it by tomorrow. She probably won't accept projects after tomorrow.
I've had so many other things to do. I couldn't even start it. I don't know what to do.
Don't worry, we'll help you. It's not very difficult. I finished it in one day.
Really? Great.
First, you shall read the article that Miss Robinson gave us. It's about the Mohica civilization. Then you have to decide. I don't know. Decide. Thank you. Decide a poster for a play about them. The Mohica for the theater.
Okay. Yeah, I know, but it looks a bit difficult.
Not at all. You don't have to make the poster from scratch, scrum and scrap. Thank you. Scrap, and it doesn't have to be a work of art. There are lots of templates on the internet. You can use one of those designs to make your one poster.
Well, I think I can do it. What titles shall I use? Can you help me?
Yeah, I can give you some suggestion.
Suggestion.
I don't know.
Suggestions.
Suggestion. Okay. Thank you. Suggestions, but you mustn't use the some little title as anyone. Also in our class, I'm sorry, class, you have to create your one late eso. I don't know.
Your own title.
Later. I'm sorry. Later.
Okay, I can come up with something, I guess.
Irene.
All right.
All right. Okay. All right.
Yeah. I've got to go now and make a start on it. I follow the project guidelines as you said. Thanks, Maggie.
No problem. Good luck.
All right, thank you. Let's give an applause for Marlene and Gerardo. All right, good. Now, let me see. Marlene, let me ask you a question. And this is a question, well, le voy a hacer la question a Marlene, pero todos los demás deberían de responderse ustedes mismos esa pregunta. Now, Marlene, how often are you reading things in English? ¿Con qué frecuencia lee usted cosas en English?
No, not the frequency. I'm more the listen and the music.
Okay.
The music.
Now, listening is important, of course, but so is reading. Reading is also important. Yeah. Okay, so you have to read as much as you can. Okay, guys? And this is a suggestion for everybody, not just for Marlene. All right, everybody, you must read as much as you can because that's part of it. That's part of, you know, of speaking a language. Okay. Muchas veces pensamos que al decir, quiero hablar inglés o francés o japonés o cualquier otro idioma, nos referimos a literalmente hablar, es decir, producir así por, como hablamos español en cualquier momento, creemos que solo eso es. No. Eso es, lo creas o no, solamente un 25% de hablar un idioma, right? Actually, all the languages, right? I will explain something to you, okay? Igual, no es relacionado al tema, pero se los voy a decir para que lo tengan ustedes en cuenta. Todos los idiomas, my friends, all the languages in the world, al estudiarlos, los podemos dividir in 4 parts, right? 4 parts que aquí no me van a salir exacto, pero en teoría deberían de ser exactamente the 4 parts iguales. 25% cada una de ellas, right? Cada uno de estos 25%, 25, 25, 25, 25, a eso se les llama macro skills, right? Se les conoce como las macro skills, macro habilidades de un idioma. Es decir, cuando tú dominas estas 4 macro skills, ya se te considera 100% bilingual o trilingual o lo que sea, pero 100% proficient en este idioma. ¿Ok? So, ¿cuáles creen ustedes que son estas 4 macro skills que deberíamos master para considerarnos ya full masters en un idioma?
Read,
Well, yes.
write,
Una de ellas es reading.
write,
Una de ellas
Reading,
es reading.
speaking,
Listening
listening,
write,
and writing.
writing,
in writing.
Yeah, exactly. These are the 4. Okay. Y luego, dentro de ellas se encuentran otras que se les llama sub-skills, right? O sub-habilidades, right? Que son, por ejemplo, grammar, vocabulary, fluency, pronunciation, right? But these are the 4 macro skills that you should all master. Entonces, si vos decís, ay, es que a mí lo que me gusta es que a mí me gusta hablar. ¿Verdad? A mí me gusta sentir de que yo estoy, a mí leer no me gusta ni en español, teacher, en inglés menos. All right, well, that's fine, pero tenés que estar consciente que todo este 25% no lo estás trabajando, right? So you're never going to have 100%. Okay, so that's why it's so important that we pay attention to these 4. Okay, writing, yo writing teacher, la verdad que no, casi nunca practico writing, right? And that's fine. Vos puedes pasar súper bien without writing, right? Pero al final, ¿qué va a pasar si en algún momento, por ejemplo, te pongo mi ejemplo personal, cuando yo tuve mi primer job, que fue en a call center, right? Mi primer trabajo fue en un call center que en aquel momento se llamaba Stream, and now it's Concentrics, right? Una de las pruebas que yo hice para conseguir ese primer trabajo, me recuerdo, they gave me, imagínate que ni siquiera fue a computer, fue a piece of paper, like una página de papel bond, and a pencil, right? And en otra página separada venían las instrucciones, and it was select one of these topics, y me daban topics como por ejemplo global warming, the legalization of drugs, abortion and stuff like that. Y luego era como write no sé cuántas palabras essay, right? Acerca de uno de esos topics. Y era in paper. ¿Por qué no era una computer? ¿O por qué no era de alguna otra manera? Porque lo que querían era, pues yo abro Word y empiezo a escribir y ahí me va a salir cuáles palabras están mal escritas y me va a dar la corrección de un solo, right? But no, they didn't want that. They wanted to see what I knew with my hand, right? So, you know, that's part of it. Quieres o no, también es part of learning a language, right? So all these 4, we need to work on, okay? Así que let's pay attention to them, all right? No las olvidemos, las 4 son igual de importantes, una no es más importante que las otras, right? And a veces, ¿por qué a la gente le gusta tanto estas? Es porque these 2 and these 2 a la vez también van separadas, all right? These 2 se les conoce como productive skills, right? Son habilidades productivas porque producimos nosotros idioma, right? Al hablar yo estoy produciendo, al escribir yo estoy produciendo. Y estas 2 son receptive skills, porque aquí yo no estoy produciendo, sino que solo estoy recibiendo, right? Y muchas veces a la gente le gusta más produce porque te sentís vos, voy a verdad, yo estoy hablando inglés, right? But el problema, irónicamente, es que sin estas siempre van a ser bien débiles, right? Porque vos puedes tener buena gramática, tu gramática puede ser excelente y tu pronunciación, de hecho, puede ser muy buena. But then you can say, pero es que yo hablo y el acento no mucho, right? O no me gusta cómo suena, o de repente puedo hablar, sé decir las palabras, pero no tengo mucha fluidez, right? O el típico de yo sé cómo se dice, sé cómo se pronuncia, pero no sé cómo se escribe, right? So, all of those things las corregimos with this right here, right? Porque al practicar listening, yo estoy escuchando cómo las personas pronuncian, yo estoy escuchando el acento que tienen los demás y yo lo imito, right? Al practicar reading, obviamente estoy constantemente viendo las letras que forman una palabra, right? And so, this is part of this. De hecho, estas son las que deberíamos de trabajar más para tener mejor esto, right? Porque es como la ley natural de aprender un idioma. Incluso tu primer idioma, que en nuestro caso es el español, ¿qué fue lo primero que hiciste antes de empezar a hablar español when you were a baby?
Escuchar. Escuchar.
Yes, right? Porque los bebés chiquititos, aunque no parezcan, they are listening. They are paying
Yeah.
attention. And their brain
Yeah.
is absorbing all that information, right?
Yeah.
And so that's it. Así mismo, like babies, we have to work on that, okay? Entonces, anyways, volviendo al punto, que era lo que quería decirles. We need to practice reading, okay? We need to practice reading. Ese era como basically el punto que les quiero dar. Because, trust me,
Okay.
nunca vamos a llegar a tener la fluidez o pronunciación que queremos si no le ponemos atención a las 4 macro skills, ¿ok? Y bueno, para ayudarles con eso, la otra vez yo les mandé bastantes links, right? Donde pueden practicar reading, donde pueden escuchar la pronunciación de los audios, perdón, de los textos para luego leerlos. So, you know, that's something that you have to. Si lo hacemos a diario, créanme, vamos a ver the improvement, ¿ok? Good. Well, anyways, dejando eso de lado, something else that I heard in this case, we need to be careful, ya lo habíamos mencionado antes, una vez más lo escuché, with the EDs, all right? The EDs in the regular verbs, we have to be very careful with that. Let me see. Sorry. Okay. We also had some difficulties pronouncing this. Ay. Oh my God, I'm trying to make a little line here. Okay, this. Remember a little pronunciation tip? Every time you have a consonant sound at the end of a word and a vowel sound at the beginning of the next one. Es decir, mi primera palabra termina con un sonido consonante. La siguiente empieza con un sonido vocal. Okay, so what am I going to do? I'm going to link them. Okay. Y las pronuncio de un solo de corrido, como si fuera una sola, right? Este es un excellent example, right? Porque son 3 palabras juntas que yo las voy a pronunciar como si fueran una. El sonido de la D lo voy a unir con este sonido lo voy a unir con este. Y al final lo que voy a decir es hand it in. Hand it in. Okay. Hand it in. So the D with the E suena como D. En este caso el del letter T se suaviza por la pronunciación americana de la letra T. Y entonces suena como re, den. Okay. So hand it in. Repeat. Hand it in.
Hand it in.
Hand it in.
Hand it in. All right. Can we hand it in next week?
Hand it in next week.
Correct. So, basically, este solamente es un ejemplo para recordarles que si tu primera palabra termina con consonant y la siguiente empieza con vowel, you can link them y hacerla sonar como si fuera una sola para tener más fluidez, right? Porque se escucha mucho más fluido decir, can we hand it in next week? Que, can we hand it in next week? Right? So, a pesar de que las dos pronunciaciones están correctas, una suena más fluida que la otra, right?
The same.
I'm sorry?
The finish it in is saying the 100 down.
What
And
is that?
Maggie, don't worry, and finish it in. It's the same. No, next, the Maggie.
Oh,
Maggie.
here.
Yeah.
Yes. And this is the same. What is the final sound? What is the final sound in this verb?
T. Is past. Finish.
Yeah.
Consonant.
Finished.
Finish it. Finish
Okay.
it.
Good.
Algo así,
Listen.
¿no?
But yeah, first of all, we have to clarify the final sound. The verb finish in past is pronounced finished with that, like tomato. So yes, in that case, we can link that to this. And we can say finished it. I finished it in one day.
Okay. And it's only both. Only finish it. No, it's in other case, it's two-handed and
Well, in that case, lo que pasa es que in this case, porque es parte del mismo verbo, I handed in. But in this case,
it's not.
si lo hago, again, aquí es donde entra otra cosa. Si lo hago de un solo de corrido, right, va a sonar como muy todo like en una sola, porque like in this case, lo que pasa es que all of this is the verb, but in this case it's just this. Finished it podría ser la forma verbal, right, ya con el objeto de la oración. And then this ya vendría siendo como part of the complement, right? Si lo pongo todo together, posiblemente no se entienda la idea, right? Porque otra parte de leer es poder poner pequeñas pausas donde tienen que ir para separar perfectamente, por ejemplo, el verbo y luego el complemento, etc. So in this case, it would be only these two. I finished it in one day. Si yo dijera todo como, por ejemplo, I finished it in one day, like, yes, it's still correct, sigue estando correcto, but it sounds like, creo que debería haber una pequeña pausa entre el verbo y el complemento, right? But yes, siempre que se pueda y que tenga sentido, vamos a hacer ese link, right? Hay varios aquí, varios ejemplos que podemos hacer. Finished it, no, sorry, finish it, porque está en presente. You must finish it, right? You must finish it. Submit it, submit it, right? There are many others. Well, okay. Even this one, looks a bit difficult. Looks a, right? And so on. Okay. Now, can we do maybe one more reading? Can I get 2 volunteers? Okay, we have Ileana wants to volunteer and Jancy. Okay, so Ileana, you can do Maggie and Jancy, Tom.
Okay. Hi, Tom. Have you finished your homework?
Hi, Maggie. Oh, hi, Maggie. No.
I'm sorry. The deadline is tomorrow. So you have to submit it tomorrow.
I can make it. I have even started yet. Can we hand it in the next week?
I don't know. You'll have to ask Mrs. Robinson about that. I think you must finish it by tomorrow. She probably won't accept project after tomorrow.
I got so many other things to do. I couldn't even start it. I don't know what to do.
Don't worry, I'll help you. It's not very difficult. I finished it I finished it in 1 day.
Really? Great.
First, you should read the article that Mr. Robinson gave us. It's about the Mohican civilization. Then you have to design a poster for a play about them, the Mohicans, for the theater.
Yeah, I know, but it looks a bit difficult.
Not at all. You don't have to make the poster from scratch, and it doesn't have to be a work of art. There are lots of templates of the internet. You can use one of those designed to make your own poster.
Well, I think I do it. What title shall I use? Can you help me?
Yeah, I can give you some suggestion, but you mustn't use the same title as anyone else in our class. You have to create your own title.
Okay, I come up with something, I guess.
All right.
Yeah, I have to go now and make a start on it. I follow the project guidelines. As you said, thank you, Maggie.
No problem. Good luck.
Okay, very good job, very good job. All right. Okay, give me just one moment, guys, because okay. One moment, I'm sorry, I got a little distracted ahí porque ya les voy a confirmar. Me están diciendo justamente en este momento that solo están revisando if we finish tomorrow or Wednesday, porque no me han dicho bien del todo, porque como yo no estaba before, no sé cuántas clases llevaban ya, entonces ahorita me están confirmando. Yo les confirmo antes de que nos vayamos, don't worry. Okay, so very good job. Thank you, Ileana and Jancy. Okay. Now, let me see, a couple of corrections. Veamos. First of all, I just want to clarify, porque en algunos casos lo escuché bien, en otros not so much. What is the name? What is the name of the teacher? Ay.
Mrs. Robinson.
What is it?
Mrs. Robinson.
Miss Robinson, is a girl, no?
Mrs.
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 Robinson. No,
Okay. So is it Miss, Mrs., or Mr.? What is it?
No, it's a girl.
It's a lady. That is correct.
Yeah,
It's a lady.
Yeah. It's Miss.
Mrs.
Mrs. I think.
Okay.
Because
Yes.
it's R.
Attention.
Mrs.
This, all right, this is pronounced Mrs. Mrs. Repeat, Mrs.
Mrs.
Okay. And Mrs. is something that we use for what? For which people?
It's married.
Mary.
It's a married lady.
Lady.
A married lady, a married woman. Okay. This is pronounced
Miss.
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 It's a single. The single.
It's a single lady or a single woman, correct. And then this one is
Mr.
Mr. And this is for men, either married or single. All right.
Yes.
It's for men. So be careful. All right. Don't get confused with this. All right. Because it will be an uncomfortable situation. Imagine you're talking to a lady and you call her Mr. Robinson. I mean, that's going to be very uncomfortable. They're not going to be happy about it. So Mrs. for married ladies or married women, sorry. Miss for single women and Mr. for men. Okay? Good, 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 good. All right, so let me see. These curtains are driving me crazy right now. Okay. Do you have any other questions about any of these words? Nope. Okay.
No.
Okay. So listen, remember, right? Remember how important it is that you guys practice your reading, okay? Every day. If you read, you know, just a small paragraph every day, you will see a great improvement. So I recommend you to do that. Now, can you help me turning on your cameras for a second? I'll take the screenshot for today. On the meantime, I am going to send to you this picture with the conversation so that you guys can continue practicing your reading. Okay, you have it on WhatsApp. And let me just save this picture right now. Okay. Now, for the last part of the class, because I honestly didn't expect the reading to take that long, but I'm actually happy that, you know, we got so many questions out of it. That's good. It's always good to have questions. Now, I wanted to show you really quick a little video, okay, as the last part of this lesson. And in this video, we're going to see examples of conversations, okay? Conversations that people are having and how they are using the modal verbs. So pay attention to the modal verbs that they use and how they use them. De hecho, aquí creo que está incluido shall in this example. So we're going to see shall. No sé si van a salir otros nuevos. I don't remember, honestly. But let's pay attention. If you have any questions on how they use these modal verbs, we are going to discuss later. Okay, so pay attention to this video. It's a very simple and easy to understand English. So just listen, pay attention, and then we can discuss. Are you ready? Here we go. All right, can you see the screen?
Yes,
Yes.
teacher.
Okay, listen.
The modal verbs.
What are you gonna do here, Grandma?
Well, I'm gonna make pizza.
Can I help you?
Yes, of course, but you should wear an apron. Perfect. First we must mix everything, in order to obtain the dough. Now we must roll the dough with the rolling pin.
Can I do it, please?
Yes, of course. Now we're gonna top it with tomato sauce, cheese, onion, bacon and mushrooms.
Can I slice the onion?
No, you shouldn't.
Why not?
Because your eyes may start to burn, and tears may run down your face. but you can cut the bacon. You must be careful with a knife, and you shouldn't cut it so fast. Now we must put it in the oven.
How long should we bake our pizza?
We shouldn't bake it for more than 15 minutes, it could get burned. The pizza must be ready now. Let's take a look.
Grandma, is the pizza ready? It smells delicious.
You must wash your hands before you eat. Let's eat pizza now. You must be very hungry.
Yeah, we are. Grandma, could you pass me the ketchup, please?
Of course, here you are.
Thanks.
Would you like some more?
No, thanks. I would like an ice cream now.
Let's go to the park and have some ice cream, shall we?
That sounds awesome. Shall I take my bike too? And shall I take my roller skates?
Sure, you can take your bike and roller skates too.
It's so great that you can roller skate, Michelle. I wish I could do it too. It must be terrific. Don't worry, I will teach you soon.
But you can ride your bike without training wheels now. That's great too. You should be content with that for now.
Look at these beautiful flowers. Can I pick them, Grandma?
No, you mustn't pick the flowers.
Can I drink water from this fountain?
No, you shouldn't drink water from that fountain. It's not healthy. You might get sick. This is a special fountain. If you throw a coin into the water, you can make a wish. It might just come true.
Grandma, will you buy me a chocolate ice cream, please?
Yes, of course.
I would like a vanilla ice cream.
Hello.
Hello. May I help you?
I would like 3 single cones of ice cream, please.
May I have a double cone, Grandma?
You shouldn't eat so much, because you can get a sore throat.
What flavor would you like?
I would like vanilla, chocolate and strawberry flavor, please.
The ice cream was delicious, but I don't like the cone.
You mustn't throw rubbish on the ground, Alice. You must throw it into the garbage can. You mustn't climb up the slide. You may hurt yourself, and you may hurt other kids too. Ladders are for climbing. Alice, you must wait your turn. Excuse me, may I sit here?
Yes, you may.
Thank you. Shall we go home now, girls?
Could we stay a little bit longer, please?
Oh, that might be your mom. Yes, she is. She must be curious to know what we're doing.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Bye!
Okay, so that was the whole video, and lots of small conversations. Actually, if you notice, there are some modal verbs that there are some modal verbs that are used in different ways that we have practiced, actually, because some of these modal verbs have more applications. But did you find any you know, any new words, any questions, or something that wasn't very clear about this conversation? Nope.
No.
Okay. What modal verbs did you see here?
Good like.
Would
Must.
like, must,
Can.
can.
Shall.
I
Should.
Okay.
Should.
Can.
May.
A
Might.
Most can.
Might.
All right. And we see the example with shall, right? When she says, shall I take my bike too? Right? This is what we were discussing about. This modal verb shall. All right. This is another application that I wanted to show you. Esto me refería cuando les decía algunos de estos están usados de otra manera que no habíamos visto, right? Like for example, here. It must be terrific, right? It must be terrific. Do you think, well, in this case, they are using the modal verb, what modal verb?
Must.
Possibilities.
Must is for possibilities?
Mm,
What is must about?
It's obligation.
An
it's
obligation.
obligation.
But, question, do you think this phrase is an obligation?
No.
No. No.
What do you think this phrase represents? She said before, wow, it's great that you can roller skate. I wish I could do it too. It must be terrific.
Like
It's
expression.
Like what?
It's like amazing.
Like expression. Some
Terrific is
must be
the teacher use in a kindergarten when the kids do it perfect.
Okay, but you guys are thinking, I mean, ustedes están pensando en la palabra terrific. Yo estoy hablando de
No,
la
when I
complete
use
phrase.
together,
Ajá.
together is you must be terrific, o sea,
it's very difficult.
en el kinder a mi niño se los ponían cuando él hacía la tarea perfecta, que sacaba
Okay.
100 plus.
Yes,
Cuando
exactly. All right, exactly. Pero es que ustedes ahorita están enfocados en terrific. Okay, aclaremos el significado de terrific. What is terrific?
It's
Well, exactly what Jancy said.
emotional, or it's like
Amazing, incredible.
Exactly. Just like Jancy said, something perfect, something amazing, something incredible, something really, really good. Ok, ahora que ya entendimos qué significa terrific, la pregunta que yo tengo es, ¿qué estoy expresando con must en esta frase?
Como que le gustaría también aprenderlo, como ella está, lo ve bien que ella lo hizo, que lo hace bien, pero es mejor que la bicicleta. No, algo así, entiendo.
She thinks
No sé cómo decirlo en inglés.
Okay. What? Okay. I'm going to give you another sentence en la que usaron más de la misma manera. Let's see, creo que tal vez esta va a tener más sentido.
It must be terrific.
Era towards the end. Here it is. The phone was ringing, right? And she said, it might be your mom, right? Y luego cuando lo ve dice, oh, yes, she is. She must be curious to know what we're doing. Que estamos expresando con must. She must be curious to know what we're doing.
She thinks they have fun.
Okay,
But my question is, en esta frase, she must be curious to know what we're doing. Must, ya aclaramos que it's not an obligation, right? What is it? Esa es mi pregunta. What is it? Si no es obligation, ¿qué es?
It's
Civility.
afirmación, like
Como que
afirmación.
tiene que ser algo así, no como debería, sino como tiene que ser algo más divertido. Así pienso yo, que lo dijo. No sé cómo
Okay.
decirlo en el inglés.
Assumption.
There you go,
It's an
Mr.
assumption.
Bliss. That is exactly the word that I'm looking for. An
¿Debería?
assumption. Assumption. What is an assumption, guys? Do you know what this meaning means? Assumption. Oh.
Can I say it in Spanish?
Wait, no sé qué pasó que se quitó esto. Yeah. What is an assumption?
Una suposición.
Exactly, right? That's what it is. Es una suposición, es un assumption. Es un, basically, suponer algo basado en, posiblemente basado en evidencias que tengo, right? Like, for example, pensemos. Por ejemplo, estoy esperando a un amigo, habíamos quedado de vernos, qué sé yo, a las 2. Y son las 2:15 y no ha venido. Entonces digo, wow, he's late. There must be a lot of traffic, right? There must be a lot of traffic, for example. Okay. So this is not an obligation, obviously, right? Si fuera obligation, no tendría sentido. So what is it? It's an assumption. All right. Basado en la evidencia que tengo que my friend is late, y por lo general tal vez este amigo nunca is late, like he's very punctual, but today he's late, entonces yo digo, wow, there must be a lot of traffic. Okay, so it's an assumption. Ese es otro de los usos que le damos a must. We are assuming, estamos suponiendo algo basado en evidencia que podamos tener, right? For example, de repente pues ves que en tu trabajo faltó una persona que por lo general nunca falta, es muy responsable y hoy no llegó. Y yo decís, oh, he must be sick, for example. He must be sick, right? So in this case, again, it's not an obligation, obviously, right? But it's an assumption, all right, that we are making. And that's another usage of the word must. Does it make sense? Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes, this is
Clear.
Okay, entonces there you go. Otro uso que le podemos dar a must. Okay, there must be a lot of traffic. He must be sick. Entonces, volviendo al otro ejemplo, right? The little girl said, it must be terrific. So she is assuming that roller skating is terrific, is great, right? That's an assumption. Got it? Okay, so there you go. As you can see, bueno, como les decía la otra vez, este tema de modal verbs, grammatically speaking, o sea, el crear oraciones es lo más fácil, es lo más sencillo de este tema, but la complejidad viene en que hay diferentes usos que le podemos dar a cada una de estas palabras. So, más que todo se vuelve no tanto tema de grammar, sino más vocabulary, right? And we need to practice that, okay? Now, we're finishing right now. Al final no me han confirmado del todo. Quiero ver. Si es un día el que se debe, sí, ya me... Ok, les voy a confirmar in a couple of minutes porque siento que siempre me dan respuestas bien vagas. Y yo pregunto literal, ¿terminamos 14 o 15? Y me ponen así de que, es que si es un día, sí tienen que reponerles. Like, ok, pero 14 o 15, that's what I need to know. Ok, so, yes. Entonces, solamente que me den ya confirmation de que 14 or 15, y yo les digo, ok, ahora en la tarde. Pero definitivamente, de una u otra manera, tomorrow, yes, we do have classes. Y ya solo quedo confirmarles si we have classes as well on Wednesday, okay?
Okay, teacher. Don't worry.
Perfect. All right. So thank you so much, guys, for your attention, and I will see you tomorrow. Okay? Have an excellent day.
Thank you, teacher.
Bye-bye.
Teacher.
Teacher,
Bye.
thank you so much.
Take care. Thank you.